Big wins and losses for Marquette men's and women's basketball and soccer this past weekend.
And let's not forget crowns in the offering for both men's and women's side. You're watching the Golden Eagle Sports Report. Let's get it. Thanks, Marquette, for tuning in. This is the Golden Eagle Sports Report, the only place for your one-stop shop for all things Marquette athletics. I'm Denny Gallagher, alongside.
I'm Grant Becker. We'll start things off with men's basketball, who hosted the Ohio State Buckeyes this past Saturday. Number 17 Marquette took on the number 10 Ohio State Buckeyes, and here's what went down. Aaron Kraft fumbles it early on. Devontae Gardner knocks it down with a two-handed swat. On the ensuing possession, Todd Mayo misses the jumper, but Juan Anderson hustles to the basket and helps it down. About 6 minutes and 7 combined points later, Todd Mayo pulls up and knocks down Marquette's only long ball of the game. Now we'll take you to the second half, where Jake Thomas has the ball. He misses the three, but Jameel Wilson gets in there for the rebound and throws down the reverse dunk.
Isn't that sweet, Grant?
That is a beautiful bucket, but that would prove to be all Ohio State after that. Aaron Kraft here with the jumper. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Todd Mayo misses the easy layup. That's tough. Now we got Aaron Kraft dishing it out to Aaron Kraft with his 10th assist of the game to Sam Thompson here. On the next Marquette possession, Juan Anderson misses this easy lay-in. That describes Marquette's day. Now let's send it to our own Michael Cianciolo with the recap from the Bradley Center.
It was a tale of two halves in Milwaukee Saturday afternoon. At halftime, it was 19 apiece, but in the second half, the Buckeyes would end the 27-game home game winning streak that Marquette had at the Bradley Center with a 52-35 victory.
Our guys, they were prepared to play this game. They knew the challenge. I mean, you're coming in nation's longest home win streak. We started talking about that immediately after Tuesday night's game in terms of what it was going to take if we were going to crack the code. And you know, I kept telling them each time out in the second half, like, hey, the code is stay sound defensively, just keep them in front of us and rebound, and offensively just keep sharing the basketball.
Emotions were high in this battle of two top 25 teams. In the first half, both squads shot under 30% from the field. The close matchup was everything fans were looking for out of the Buckeyes and Golden Eagles, as there were 5 lead changes through 20 minutes. But the game changed after the teams came out of the locker room and switched ends of the court.
Neither team shot great from the field in the first half, but I think the second half we have to find a way to come out stronger. I felt like we were flat.
In the second half, Marquette was flat and stagnant, shooting 4 for 24 and 0 for 7 behind the arc. The Golden Eagles actually had fewer points in the second half than the first. The Buckeyes held a 10-point advantage in the paint and a 16-point advantage off the break. Head coach Buzz Williams knows his team got beat and can only look up from this game.
We deserve to lose. And I think in life you get what you deserve. You don't earn anything, you don't get anything.
Marquette will get set to face New Hampshire Thursday night as they look to get back to their winning ways. Reporting from the BMO Harris Bradley Center, I'm Mike Cianciolo, MUTV Sports.
On Thursday night, the number 25 Marquette Golden Eagles wrap up their 4-game homestand against the 2-1 New Hampshire Wildcats. UNH has relied heavily on their 6'10" redshirt senior Chris Pelcher, who is averaging 19 points and 16 boards through the first 3 games of the season. Marquette will look to bounce back before heading south to Arizona.
Buzz is picking up players left and right. Since last week, episode 2 players have signed. Mario Shayok signed his national letter of intent with Marquette last Thursday. Shayok is a 6'6" small forward from Ottawa, Ontario, played his high school basketball at Blair Academy in New Jersey. The Golden Eagles also got a verbal commitment from a 7-footer. That's right, all 7 feet of him, Mr. Satchel Pierce from Akron, Ohio. He will likely take up where Devontae Gardner and Chris O'Toole left off at season's end.
While men's basketball was hosting a ranked opponent Saturday, Marquette women's basketball was on the road to face the number 25 Vanderbilt for some Big East SEC action. Marquette responded to a 14-point halftime deficit to claim an 82-77 victory. Catherine Plouffe continued her double-double streak with 16 points and 11 boards. The Golden Eagles finished with 5 players in double digits. They'll play 2 home games in an attempt to continue the win streak.
From Michigan, next Thursday, but more importantly, to take on number 2 Duke on Sunday. Here's a preview of Sunday's matchup. The Blue Devils feature Haley Peter, a 6'3" forward and guard from Red Bank, New Jersey. Also feature Trisha Liston, their leading scorer, and also they feature Chelsea Gray, who is averaging 13.3 points per game. But the Golden Eagles have not scored under 80 points in any of their 3 games, and that is going to be a major storyline come Sunday. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Make sure you get out there as Marquette takes on the number 2 Duke Blue Devils. It's early in the season, but Captain Plouffe is making headlines early on. She earned this week's Big East Player of the Week, averaging 20 points and 13 boards, as Marquette has won 3 straight, and she has had double-doubles to help them get there. They knotted wins over Wake Forest and Vanderbilt. She'll try to make it 4 straight double-doubles this Thursday. Let's see what our analysts have to say. What's up, Dewayne? Break it down.
Thanks, Denny. I'm Dewayne Gage, and I'm joined here by analysts Peter Fiorentino and Michael Gilbert. Okay, guys, we're talking the best thing in Marquette, and that's men's basketball. So what happened Saturday night? We lost by almost 20, almost got us in a dub club.
Well, Dwayne, I'll tell you what happened, and I'm going to read you some stats real quick. We missed 43 shots. 43 shots. Jamil Wilson, 1 of 9. Jake Thomas, 0 of 7, including 0 of 6 from three-point land. Derek Wilson, 1 of 7. Todd Mayo, 3 of 15. We were 1 of 18 from the three-point line. We shot 5.6%. We shot 5% from three-point line. It is inexcusable, and if we're going to win this season at all, Marquette has to make baskets. It's how you win games. You make baskets. They missed 43 shots. Inexcusable performance from our Marquette shooters this weekend.
Just to add on to that, Peter and Dwayne, that Marquette was shooting only 19% from the line, while comparing to Ohio State's 43%. So the offense was just not there, and that's a huge part to Derek Wilson not being able to dish out the ball to other players like Todd Mayo and Jake Thomas. And with Todd Mayo being your leading scorer, shooting from 3 to 11, that's something that needs to be worked on too, to add a little more consistency. Also, this was the fewest amount of points scored, guys, for Marquette since February 16th of 2000 when they played DePaul. So just a terrible game for Marquette, but a great game by Ohio State. I see Marquette making a lot of big things to fix on the offensive side.
Definitely great numbers, Mike. And like as we were talking about previous so many weeks about Derek Wilson's offensive production, he only had 1 assist and only made 1 field goal. What do you guys think that we should be doing at the point guard position to get more scoring out of it?
Well, I just think that when you have a guy, Todd Mayo, 6'3", from Notre Dame Prep, he's the kind of guy that we've been talking about on this show a lot. And there's a reason for it. He was the only guy to have the leading points scored for Marquette. You have a guy that Derek Wilson, who's played 92 minutes, Peter and Dwayne, and has only averaged about 1 point for all those games. So there definitely needs to be a change made. And I think Todd Mayo is that guy because he has been productive. He's been doing it last season, and he's doing it this season now. So whether it's John Dawson, the freshman, or it's somebody that you can count on, the sophomore, Todd Mayo.
Yeah, no, I agree, Mike. And I think we really look forward to Dwayne Wilson coming back for that. What I'm really looking forward to is the fact that the rest of our shooters stepping up. Jamil Wilson, like he said, John Dawson, Devontae Gardner making more mid-range shots, Steve Taylor. Derek Wilson, 1 of 9 from field goals this year, but he's a facilitator. On the season, he has 15 rebounds and 14 assists. Pretty good numbers for a point guard against Ohio State. Only 1 assist, but he also had limited minutes. So I really liked what I saw as far as more of a facilitator. You don't need an offensive point guard.
Okay, guys, so let's switch it over to women's basketball, who went on the road Saturday and beat number 25 Vanderbilt. What does this win do for the program?
Well, it's a huge win. It's only the 3rd win for an away team at Vanderbilt, so only the 3rd home loss in the last 3 years, which is pretty huge. Catherine Plouffe, 16 points, 11 boards, like our anchors mentioned, only 25 minutes of play, so great win against Vanderbilt for sure.
Oh, also, Catherine Plouffe is also averaging 20 points per game. So, and also that Marquette is, the women's team has been very good in the second half. They've been outscoring their teams 130 to 79. So I think that's something that Marquette women's basketball is going to continue to do and be a second half team to get those victories, guys.
Exactly. Not only is Catherine Plouffe scoring, but she's grabbing rebounds too, averaging a double-double. So do you think, as they move on and they get number 2 Duke Sunday, what are your predictions in the contest?
Well, I just think that they need to rebound. This is a Duke team that's very tall and very quick. So this is something that comes down to the defensive side. Yes, we've talked about Catherine Booth and how she can score offensively, and you have other players, Brooklyn Pomeroy, that can also score from the three-point range or anything else like this. But this is coming down to defense and transition basketball. So I'm looking for them to get easy points and not have to take those long shots, guys.
I think we're going to get popped. To be completely honest with you, I think it's going to be a rough loss for Marquette. Duke just beat number 9 Cal last week, 70-58. Again, pretty big margin, 12 points. Really took care of them. If Marquette has any chance to win this game, we need 2 players to go over 20 points. Brooklyn Pomeroy, Catherine Plouffe to go over 20 points. And also, Arlisha Morris has to be lights out from the three-point line. So there are definitely a few factors you need in order to beat Duke. It's possible, but again, not very likely. Duke's going to be real strong this year.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's see what Dan has for us.
Thanks, Dwayne. That's it for basketball, but coming up, we've got some soccer in the offering. You're watching Golden Eagle Sports Report. Welcome back, and if you're a fan of Marquette soccer whatsoever, then this is the block for you. We start off as number 8 Marquette took on Western Michigan last week at Valley Fields. Here's the highlight. To Valley we go in a NCAA second round matchup. In the beginning, it's Kara Jacobs with the shot, but that's not going to worry the keeper. 2 minutes later, Isabella Carrasco feeds Mary Luba, but that shot is not going to trouble the keeper, sensing a pattern forming early on here. Right before the half, 28th minute, Kara Jacobson shoots, but to no avail. We head into the half, knotted at 0-0. Second half now, Anna Marie settles, rolls off the defender, gets a shot, but that is also not going to trouble the keeper. Going on later in the game, Western Michigan turns off the pressure. Mary Shunk with the save, but in the 87th minute, it's a dagger. Nothing Marquette could have done about that. Last minute of the game, trying to get something happen. Marquette's season ends at the hands of Western Michigan in a 2-15 upset. Western Michigan takes this one, 1-0. Friday night's loss to Western Michigan marked the first time since 2009 that the team has not reached the second round of the NCAA tournament. Coach Roeder's women's ended the season as Big East regular season and tournament champs, going unbeaten in conference play. It was a heck of a ride. Let's take a look back at the 2013 season that was.
while the women's season comes to a close, it was the beginning of the postseason for the Marquette men's soccer, traveling to Pennsylvania for the Big East tournament this past weekend. On Friday afternoon, the Marquette Golden Eagles took the field of PLL Park, home of the MLS franchise Philadelphia Union. They would battle with the 6-seeded Butler for a place in Sunday's Big East title game. Adam Lysak sealed the deal 8 minutes into overtime via a rebound from a Louis Bennett, the second shot. The win pitted Marquette against the number 4 seed Providence in the Big East championship games.
All right, we head on to the Cup final on Sunday as the Golden Eagles were back at PPL Park looking for glory. They opened their scoring account in the 34th minute as Sebastian Janssen puts them up 1-0. Adam Lysak makes it 3-0 a little later on. However, Providence was not going to be denied, adding 2 1s in the later part of the second half. But that was not enough as the Golden Eagles are your 2013 Big East champs. In addition to winning the Big East tournament crown, the Marquette men and won some individual silverware at PPL Park. Adam Lysak and Axel Horberg were the tournament's most outstanding offensive and defensive players, respectively. They also made the all-tournament team with goalie Charlie Lyon and freshman Louis Bennett on the second team.
The 11th-ranked Golden Eagles received the 9 seed and a first-round bye Monday morning and will await the winner of Akron and defending national champion Indiana for their second-round matchup of the NCAA College Cup, Sunday at 2 p.m. For more on your Marquette soccer programs, let's hear from our analysts. Dewayne?
Thanks, Grant. Okay, we got our analysts back, Pete and Mike, and now we're talking about the devastating loss that happened to our women's soccer team who had a great season. So, did you guys think their season ended too long?
First of all, Dwayne, big congratulations to women's soccer. They ran the table in the Big East with the new Big East. Had a great season. Megan Kelly off to the pros in December. Taylor Madigan, both the Jacobson twins, great. They graduated, great people. Looking towards the future, though, Morgan Prophet, fantastic defender, almost won Big East All-Tournament Defender of the Year. And also Liz Bartels. In 21 games this year, she had 4 goals and 2 assists as a freshman. So getting accustomed to that college play, that new Big East challenge, playing in a different setting. You know, high school is very, very different from college soccer. So I'm looking forward to that, yeah.
And congratulations to the women's team. But I think what's the women's team's going to miss the most is obviously Megan Kelly, who had 10 goals and 8 assists. So I just see them missing a lot of seniors. I see them missing the Jacobson twins, but I really do feel like this team will be right back where it was. So I don't see anything wrong with the women's soccer team right now, even though they had a heartbreak season kind of ending. But I see them, coming back with their new recruits and getting right back to where they were.
Yeah, definitely going to miss some of the seniors. But on the flip side, when it switches to men's soccer, and they joined the women as they definitely got a Big East regular season championship too. What did they show people Sunday at PPL Park?
Well, definitely they showed them that they're in the national spotlight. And I think this is great for men's soccer because they showed that they have a great goalie, that they have great defense, and they have C. Norte, who's been just playing on top of his game. So I congratulate the men's soccer that they could come out and show people that they mean business, and that they mean business whoever they're going to play, Indiana or Akron. But I really liked how they could score goals and how efficient they were when it became the second half. So congratulations, men's soccer.
Yeah, I'm going to completely disagree with you, Michael. And I'm going to be kind of the bearer of bad news here, kind of harsh. It shows the weakness of our conference. I mean, Louisville, Syracuse, UConn, Pitt, Notre Dame, they all left. We brought in Creighton, Butler, and Xavier. Not the same competition. It's not coincidence that they leave and we won our first championship. I think it kind of adds a little bit of a different spin. In the last 3 years, our total conference record has not been that great because we play such hard teams. This year, it was fantastic. We didn't play anybody.
Yeah, you definitely make a great point about that. NCAA College Cup is coming around, second round action. This Sunday, number 11 Marquette will face Indiana or Akron. Which one do you think is a better matchup?
I want to see Indiana. In the first week of the season, it was Marquette's second game, Indiana's first game. We played them. We tied 3-3. That was when Indiana was actually number 1 in the nation. You might even say they're the biggest flop in the NCAA this year because they were 8-11. They have a record of 8-11-2 this year. They were 2-6 in their conference. But the big stat for me here, Dwayne and Michael, 1-6 on the road this year. 1-6, and it's at the Valley. The game will be at the Valley. So I'm really not seeing anywhere our men's soccer team is going to lose this game against Indiana if we play Indiana.
Well, I'd really like to say that Akron is actually the best place because this is why. They cannot score on net. They've shot 396 times at the goal. They only have 30 goals. So I think this is a perfect time for the men's soccer team to beat a team that just shoots way too much, doesn't shoot the right goals. So I'm really saying that after a team that's been very dominant in the MAC division, that Marquette's going to just roll over them. I think this is a good place for them to beat. They want to beat Akron.
I agree with you, Mike. I want to see Mike. I want to see Akron. So thanks, guys. Grant, let them know what's in store at Golden Eagle Sports Report.
Golden Eagle Sports Report is back and on Marquette Volleyball. Coach Bond's squad was facing their final road test of the regular season this past weekend. On Friday, they would travel to New Jersey to face the Seton Hall Pirates. Marquette was forced to use all 5 sets to earn their 20th victory of the season. The win was the Golden Eagles' 20th of the year. This is their 4th straight season that Coach Bond's team has accomplished that feat. Lindsey Gosch hit .406 in the victory.
After a hard-fought game against the Hall, Marquette crossed the river to take on St. John's in Queens. The Golden Eagles won this one in straight sets, 25-23, 25-16, and 25-23. Autumn Bailey had 18 kills, 9 digs. Julie Jezerowski checked in with 21 digs, 4 aces, while Elizabeth Koberstein had 41 assists, and 4 digs. Marquette Golden Eagles improved to 21-5 on the regular season.
Elizabeth Koberstein earned her 6th Big East Honor Roll Award of the season this week. She posted 11 assists per set during the weekend. That's fantastic, Denny.
And if you think that's impressive, Grant, Bod Szymanski is pulling in a heck of a recruiting class this year, led by PrepVolleyball.com's National Player of the Year, Alyssa Goner, for the class of 2014. She's joined by fellow outside hitter Taylor Lewis, setter Gabby Benda, middle hitter Jenna Rosenthal, and Benda, by the way, Grant, was named to the 2013-2014 Under Armour Honorable Mention team, while Lewis joins Goner on the PrepVolleyball.com's top 50 senior aces list. What an impressive class coming into 2014. Now let's hear from what Dewayne Gage has talking about Marquette Volleyball. What's up, Dewayne?
Thanks, Denny. This is our final analyst section. I'm back with Mike and Peter, and we're going to talk about women's Marquette Volleyball. Marquette has clinched at least a share of the Big East regular season title. They joined both the men's and the women, as we know, and accomplished that this season. What does this say about Marquette athletics and the restricted Big East?
Well, I think it shows a lot that Marquette Volleyball is really on the rise, and I think that they honestly should be ranked, but that is not the point. It shows that even with this new conference, they could get things done. They could get the kills. They could get Autumn Bailey going. They could get their outside hitters going, and I think that's something that I see from the Big East.
Yeah, I'll say it again. We lost Syracuse, Louisville, Notre Dame, UConn, and Pitt. Check out this stat, guys. 11-1 this year against Creighton, Butler, Xavier. The 3 teams we added were 11-1 against them. Not as good a competition as those 5 teams we lost. So I'm seeing not as great a competition, but definitely a little bit really well done play by Marquette Volleyball this year.
All right, last question, guys. Marquette Volleyball closing in on top 25. Would a weekend sweep do this? Would it get the trick in for them?
3 words, Dwayne. It had better. I am so tired of seeing this Marquette team snuffed. Purdue, ranked number 25. They're 16-11. They have 11 losses. Illinois, they're 14-12, number 20. Michigan, 17-10. They're number 18. We have only lost 5 games. We're 21-5, and we're not ranked. It is infuriating to me.
Also, I have to agree, too, that Creighton was the only unranked loss that Marquette has, and I just don't understand why that has to be. They are having more kills than all of their opponents, so I say Marquette has to be ranked.
All right, that's all the time we got. Thanks, guys. Send us home, Grant.
This has been this week's edition of Golden Eagle Sports Report. I'm Denny Gallagher. This is Grant Becker. And Grant, what are you most looking forward to?
The rest of the basketball
Out of time.
season.
We will see you later. I'm Denny Gallagher. This is Grant Becker. Have a good night.